Hi, I'm Cheryl Collins and I'm the reference librarian here at the Enfield Public Library. Today's episode of Did You Know is featuring Mango Language Learning Database. Okay, so from the main point of the Mango login page, you're going to have two choices. The first one is if you already have an existing account, which Mango is going to require you to sign up with your email and password. This email is not sold to a private party. You're not going to get junk mail in your inbox. It's just an account to personalize your sessions, to keep track of your progress within each lesson. So the very first time you're logging into Mango, you're going to need to create a profile. I've already been a member of Mango, so I do already have an account. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and it just requires your email address and password. And it will block out your password. And once you log in, it brings you directly to what's called your dashboard. And the user dashboard is a customized setting within Mango that keeps track of any previous lessons that you've done. As you can see, I've started and stopped many lessons along the way, different languages. Keeps track of the language itself and how much time you've spent in each lesson. There's also an opportunity to get news from Mango over here. They are on Twitter and they have Facebook, and there's opportunities for you to keep up with what they're up to in their latest endeavors. And then, of course, it tallies things at the bottom for you. So over the past maybe 6 or 7 months, I've started 11 courses and not spent very much time in here. The dashboard is also a jumping off point into the courses, which is probably where you're going to begin if it's your very first time using Mango. As you can see, currently Mango offers up to 37 languages at the current time. And you can see some are very popular languages. The ones with the asterisk next to them are French, German, Italian, Pirate, and Spanish. Those are the most popular courses, but you can see some languages that are not so popular and not so widely spoken. So it's not just your basic language learning center. It's going to be details for a lot of lesser known and lesser spoken languages. So the languages are here. It's a very simple jumping off point into the language lessons themselves. You just simply choose your language that you're interested in. Within each language, there are 3 levels of learning. So you're going to get we'll just click into French here so you can take a close look as to what the different levels are. And they're going to be a basic, which is going to teach you, of course, just very simple, practical conversational skills for polite situations, greetings, time of day, those types of things. The Complete 1.0 and the Complete 2.0 are going to give you a little bit more advanced and in-depth language coverage, and also some particular grammar skills that might be necessary in speaking the French language. One of the things that I think Mango excels at is including a lot of the culture within the language lessons. So quite often there are some cultural components that are available to teach you as well in terms of learning the language and how the cultural aspects impact the language. So those are going to be available for you as well. Not all levels, the basic, the 1.0 and the 2.0, not all levels are available in every language. Obviously, the more popular languages, all 3 levels will be available. But for something like, I believe it was Hebrew, I think you can only get the basic and the Complete 1.0. And you can also see at the bottom there's also access to, for the French language, there's access to what's called Little Pim. And that is a separate database within Mango, and it's for young children. Literacy skills developing very early between the ages of 0 and 6. And it's more graphic oriented. The level is obviously for children and just learning words in a foreign language. So we're going to take a look at the basic of the French language here. And I'm going to go ahead and launch the lesson. And you can see what it does is it just brings you to, it's going to check your browser for all the requirements that are necessary for the program to load. But then it's going to bring you a very graphical interface that you'll see is very appealing. It looks like a passport. You've got your passport stamp here. It, of course, surrounds you with the beautiful scenes in Paris. So it's very visually appealing. Within that section here, there's an opportunity to resume your lesson if you had left it and you're coming back. Or if you want to browse the course menu, it's going to bring you to the various levels and programs that are in that particular lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and, let me try to go back here. We're going to start at Chapter 1, Lesson 1. And you can see it brings you to the goals of that particular lesson. And then also there are some grammar goals within that lesson. And you can see within this Chapter 1, we're going to be looking at gratitude, greeting people, making small talk, and saying goodbye. It gives you navigation arrows on either side, so you can go forward in your lesson or you can go back. So I'm going to go ahead and click forward, and you can see very quickly how it's going to interact.
Here's the conversation we'll be studying in this chapter.
Tiens, bonjour. Ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. Et vous?
Très bien, merci.
Bon, à tout à l'heure.
Oui, au revoir. À tout à l'heure.
Okay, so you can see that it gives you the basic outline of a conversation, a very simple conversation between two people. Initially, it is in English, our native language, and then as you hover over it with your mouse, it will give you the French translation, the actual writing, the language written out. And then you can see it goes through as you hover over the entire conversation. You can replay the message, or the navigation buttons on the side, again, are going to take you to the next slide of that particular lesson.
When you say,
Tiens, bonjour, ça va?
you are saying, oh, good morning, how are you? But it's literally translated as, hold it, good morning, how's it going?
Okay, so you can see then it breaks down the conversation by line, and you're looking at just that first line that we were looking at earlier, and it breaks it down for you, not only with the language written, but also the pronunciation as you hover over with your mouse. Okay, so the two buttons next to the pronunciations, you can choose to hear it again, the pronunciation, and this is actually a voice comparison. What it does is takes your own voice and it records it, and it compares it to the spoken voice on the lesson to see how close you come to the actual pronunciation. So it's invaluable. You will need a microphone to do it, but that option is there for you as well. Within the lesson box also, there's also the literal meaning that the narrator had explained, but that's also available as a link as well. So again, on to the next slide.
Okay, here is how to say, good morning.
Bonjour.
Did you get that? Listen again.
Bonjour.
Okay, so again, very just breaks down the conversation for you line by line, and then it goes over each individual word so that you can catch the pronunciation and then practice on your own. Down here, it keeps track of the lesson that you're in, Lesson 1. You can fast forward or go back to previous slides. And then it keeps track of, within the lesson, how far along you are. So right now, we're only on slide number 4 of 57. So it's a long lesson. It's certainly worth sitting down and taking a closer look at it and having fun with it and turning your speakers on and really getting into the language itself. Up on the top, there's a box that drops down and lets you get back to the various chapters and then the lessons within each chapter. And then at the bottom of each is a review. And what that does...
Do you remember how to say, oh, good morning, how are you?
So it's not going to give you the answers. It allows you a little bit of time to practice within that lesson, which is helpful as well, especially if it's if it's a spoken conversation. You want to have that opportunity to practice the speaking. So
Tiens,
that's
bonjour, ça va?
And I'm going to stop it there. So that's just the basic overview of a lesson, French basic lesson, conversational French. Once you close out of the window up top, it brings you back to your French homepage, so to speak. Again, clicking on the courses is going to give you all the 37 languages that are included. There is a little bit of background information about the language itself, how many folks speak French, and what countries of the world also speak French. So certainly in the case of traveling to various parts of the world, it helps to know that French is spoken in that particular country. The dashboard also, the home page here also gives you access to a translation tool, which you can see up along top is one of the tabs. And it's very simple. You can choose from any of the languages that are available within Mango and choose to have any text or words translated into your desired language. So the original text goes in the box. It's much like any online translation tool. And in fact, it's powered by Google, so it's very similar to what you get on Google. And once you translate text, it translates for you over here on the other side. So it gives you a basic translation. And then, of course, the last tab is just support for the Mango people if you're having trouble with any of your Adobe Acrobat readers or Flash problems, anything that might be required to use the Mango database. You're certainly welcome to contact Mango themselves. So back to the dashboard, I just want to point out one more thing about Mango. And one of the things that's quite important, actually, is that there is a lesson, back under courses. And there is a component for English as a second language. And there's quite a few languages that are included in this. You can see here that this is foreign language for English speakers. Right below that is English courses. And once I click on that, it brings up, I believe it's up to 17 languages now. And you can see, once you hover over it, for those who don't speak these languages, you can see what the lessons are. So here we have English for Polish speakers, English for children, that may be helpful as well, English for German speakers, so the different languages that are providing ESL language services as well. Right now, as you can see, the most popular are for Spanish-speaking citizens and also French speakers. Folks wanting to learn English at that point. We can take a look at the English database. And it's very similar to what we saw with the English or with the French. However, everything is going to be in Spanish. So if you don't speak Spanish, at first it might be, it won't be understandable at first, but you will see the English translations as well. And again, a welcome to your lesson. And we're going to go ahead and continue where we were. Very basic goals that that this lesson will cover.
Bien, ahora diga, hola. Usted puede hacerlo. Diga hoy.
So again, you can see.
¿Cómo se dice? Hola, ¿cómo estás hoy?
You can see not just the text here is in Spanish, but any of the instructions for you are also in Spanish. And they're going to, obviously speaking to Spanish speakers, that's going to be easy for them to understand the translations.
Hello, how are you today?
As of October 2011, here in the town of Enfield, the most popular language courses used through Mango have been French, Spanish, and Italian. So we have some travelers, we hope, that are using Mango before they go on their trips. And we think it's a great tool for everybody to use, and we hope you use it too. One other interesting thing to note is that the Mango app is available now on your iPad and iPhone, any of your smartphones, so it's just a simple download onto your phone and you can take it on the go. Thank you for watching this afternoon. My name is Cheryl Collins again. If you have any questions or any problems using the Mango database, please feel free to give us a call at the reference desk, 860-763-7511. And my email address is cbcollins@enfield.org.